Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of the UIM Completionist, and I'm welcoming you from the inside of my newly refurbished POH by my favorite new piece of furniture. I just cannot get enough of how wonderful this frozen pool looks. I could just look at it for hours, but there is no time for that because our current goal is to find 200 mil fletching by gathering 1 billion GP, and to do that I got a Hydra task, so I will go do Hydra now. We are starting this episode with 231 million coins, and I hope you'll enjoy. I've been blessed by Hydra the last skill, and we got some redwood seeds, which is honestly amazing because I've been stuck at a redwood contract in Farming Guild for a couple months now. It will be good to finally unlock them, even though I'm not actively doing contracts now. Since I'm gonna go plant a redwood tree, a thought crossed my mind that it's such a huge tree, maybe it doesn't get diseased, so I went to check the OSRS wiki, and redwoods do get diseased, but the payment for the redwood tree is actually 6 dragon fruits. Now, I do have some dragon fruit trees planted, but I really don't like to check the health and grab the fruit of a tree without replacing it with a new tree. Luckily, a few kills after the redwood seeds, we did get 3 dragon fruit tree seeds, and while Hydra does drop tree seeds, they are exceedingly rare, so this is a very rare occurrence and probably the first time I will ever pay for a tree. And that's the last kill of the task, means that I'm done with Hydra for now. I would love something AFK. What do we get? Oh, that is actually AFK, great. Since the year is almost over at the time of recording this, I'm gonna start liquidating my drop tab, which is everything I've dropped from my UIM all this year. I don't know what I will do with all the GP yet. I heard that it's good to have a regular character with a lot of GP if you ever plan to do raids, because people tend to take those who can split the drops. So I think I'm gonna sit on the money for now. And if I ever start trading, I'll have a good cushion and be able to find teams faster. I was also debating on doing some BA boosting, but I don't think I'm a big fan of boosts, so I think I'll just stick to sitting on the money. UIM Loki would tell you to just invest the money, because if you're sitting on it, it loses value, but I'm too lazy to do that. I was just doing a master clue and I got a wieldy step, so every time that happens I go grab a spade, an explorer's ring, a dragon dagger, and then I teleport to my POH, teleport to Draenor, and I do this long run over here to get a locator orb to orb my HP down to 1, and then I can die in Privdinas. It's this whole thing. But this one last time when I was doing this, something clicked in my brain like forbidden knowledge, that I've been a clown for the past 2 years, because there is a teleport that takes you right over here. So this long run that I do sometimes multiple times a day because I have to drop the orb for more inventory space, I can teleport straight here and then go talk to Ava for the locator orb. And what's more, it can be added to Portal Nexus, which is perfect, because if you check my Portal Nexus, I have enough teleports that it magically works out that the next teleport that I add will be under D. D for Draenor. It's like a cosmic coincidence. So let's do that right now. We had to enter building mode. Let's configure and add Draenor Manor teleport over here. Save and close. And now if we check teleport menu, yeah, it's D for Draenor. I'm still in awe of how this all worked out. And I know, I can change the order if I want. It's just the fact that it happened by itself. It's what's so cool, you know? Anyway, I'm still doing Hydra, and I would slowly like to stop doing that because I would like to get the 1 billion by doing many different things, and so far we are only doing Hydra and a little bit of Konar Slayer. But I still have 2 collection log slots to get, the dragon knives and the pet, and getting the pet would be really cool, so I cannot say I would like to stay until pet with how long of a grind we still have ahead with Masfa and other places, but at least the dragon knives. Throw me a bone game, please. And while we're still at Hydra, I wanted to showcase a really cool method that I've seen showcased by rank 4 hardcore Ironman Lydia Kenny. And what he does is, after his last kill of the trip, during the entire trip, he piles the Hydra bones in one place. And then when he's all out of supplies, let me actually grab those sharks because we're gonna be here for a little while longer. He picks up the bones and he spellbook swaps to Arceus. And then he casts Sinister Offering to get... Sorry, I'm commentating while being attacked, which is never great. To get enough prayer points to continue and also squeeze a little bit more XP from all of these Hydra bones that would otherwise have to be just buried on the ground here. So I think that's just a really, really cool method, and I wanted to showcase it at some point.
Hello everyone, I don't usually make IRL clips, but it's the holiday season and me and my friends have this really cool tradition that we do year after year, a day before Christmas Eve. So it's the 23rd of December today, and we've been doing this for 9 years. We are getting sandwiches from McDonald's. They have seasonal ones that you can only buy in winter. They are called kanapka drwala in Polish, which is like lumberjack sandwich. I don't know if they have their equivalent versions in other countries, but it's really good, and we just hang out here and it's a good time. So happy holidays everyone.
Mildly interesting drop. We got a tooth half and a loop half in one Hydra drop. Another letter. Okay, doing Hydra all the time can get a little stale, so one thing that I'd like to do in the meantime is work on some combat achievements, because I would like to slowly crawl towards that elite tier. Don't expect any big time PVM accomplishments from here, but elite would be awesome just for the increased elite clue chance. And you might have heard that I have sounds on because we're going to the gauntlet. I don't know if I'll enter the corrupted gauntlet actually, but there are some tasks in the blue gauntlet that I'd like to do, and you know, gauntlet gives GP, so it all kind of works out. Alright, let's enter. I haven't been in gauntlet in forever. Let's see if I still remember how to do it. Okay, we don't talk about the first run, but this is the second one, and I managed to do it in time. I'm trying to do the full tier 3 armor. Let's see if I still remember how to fight this boss actually, because previously I just didn't make time. It's like riding a bike. Give me my combat achievement. Here's Crystalline Warrior. That was the easiest one I planned to do, and maybe the only one we will actually do. Let's see what the reward is. Pretty standard, very good. Okay. So I watched a couple guides. Maybe I'll try to complete the gauntlet speedrunner, and what this dude did blew my mind. He filled a vial in a fishing spot. In all of my days of playing Gauntlet, I never had any idea you could do that. And we managed to get Gauntlet Speed Chaser, which is under 5 minutes normal Gauntlet. I'll throw some footage on the screen because I was just too stressed out to live commentate when I was doing it. But I lost 36 seconds to get the Grandmaster CA for under 4 minutes. And it was so heartbreaking because I had everything I needed. I was just 5 shards short to make an empty vial and I could go into the boss. The prep was just everything fell into place, and I had to run for 4 rooms to get some shards and then run back because I didn't have a teleport crystal. And the entire time I had a staff component in my bag that I could grind down for shards, and I just didn't think about it. That would have been that 35-36 seconds that I needed. Well, I'm still really glad we got this one. It grind for under 4 minutes gauntlet is pretty brutal, so yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna be stopping at. Was a very nice break from Hydra. And shortly after I said I'm gonna be stopping, I went ahead and I continued my runs of normal gauntlet, and well, I didn't get it. I spent way too long and my brain was fried. I did manage to bring my personal best down to 426, but I think I'm shooting myself in the foot here trying to do that without a rigger, so I'm stopping for now. I will try some corrupted gauntlet achievements though, because I do have some that I can do. Case in point, here's corrupted gauntlet without making any potions. And here's the task for completing CG without making any armor. And now I really am done. Oh. Okay, this took way too long, although I even got lucky a little bit under the drop rate, got 29,000 Moss Giants, and it should have been 30,000 for the drop rate. Anyways, here's the Mossy Key number 200, which theoretically should be enough to get the Bryophyta's Essence even if we go a little bit dry. And if I get enough nature runes to where I will go and farm Bryophyta, I would like to get it in one grind and not have to get any more keys. Anyways, really glad to be done with this. And it's time to go back to Ogresses and finally grow that nature stack a little. GZ Sin first. And that's yet another Hydra task done, and I think I'm done with this boss for now. Between last episode and this one, I did over 1,100 Hydra kills. Sadly, we got no dragon knives, no pet, not even a spare claw, just 3 letters, but that's alright, the regular loot is extremely good. We did get a CA though for killing Hydra under 1 minute 45 seconds. It's like all the RNG gods got in harmony and gave me amazing DPS. I got 144. Sadly, my neighbor was drilling at the time, so I couldn't commentate live, but it is what it is. So now with Hydra done, I think I will be stopping Konar Slayer. We have 98 Brimstone keys, so I will just finish off the last 2, so we have 1 clean 100. And the entire next episode, we will be cleaning every single piece of loot we have here. The inventory is looking atrocious, because I want to move on to doing Masfa, mostly because I have all of these battle staves here, and Maspa will be the best for getting some orbs for that. I already have 700 fire orbs. This will be used up before, and we have to get like over 3,000 water orbs. This will be a lot of Maspa kills. And there it is, the Brimstone key number 100, barely visible on the floor. That's it with the Konar Slayer for now. So as I said, I will be doing a general cleanup before Maspa next video, but for this one I need a little bit of a treat for doing over 1,100 Hydra. So we're gonna open these medium caskets. I got a couple doing Konar Slayer, and then every time I needed something to AFK at work, I just went to Daganov's, and we have 36, so let's go. I probably should mention that I only need like 14 items from mediums, so there is a high chance we won't even get 1 collection log slot. Oh, we actually got 1. I was about to say that we won't get even 1, such is the fate of doing collection logging, but we did get Adamant Helm H1, then some Spiked Manacles for good measure. Let's continue just opening here. Oh, Master at the end, very nice. So, yeah, I was about to say that we're having our first opening ever without any new collection log slots, but thankfully this one helm fixed it all. Yeah, let me clean this up and get right back to you. And that will be it for the video, so thank you for watching. We started with 231 million and we're ending with 291, so that's a cool 60 mil added to the cash stack of pure GP. But I also have all of these supplies that I keep mentioning, so we should see a spike in the GP soon, especially after Mospa. I can imagine all of those battle staffs while we add orbs and alk. That will be a big addition to the cash stack. Anyways, as I said, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hope you had a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye. And I have one more post-credits scene for you, but this is really stupid, so you've been warned. So for a very long time, I've been thinking about an item that I could collect. Like, people who are playing regs, they start up a GE offer to buy like 10 billion buckets, and then they slowly buy buckets, and then they have a fantastic stack of buckets, and that's a cool collection. Or people who buy all kinds of seeds, and then they have this cool collection. So I've been thinking about one item that I could collect ever since I was playing on a hardcore years ago, and I never could have found any that I liked. Now that I play UIM, I've boiled it down to 4 rules that the item has to fit. For the first thing, it cannot be able to be constantly grinded. So for example, minnows, are a cool item that could be gathered, and then you have a fantastic gigantic stack of minnows. But, well, if I did that, then theoretically I can constantly grind minnows. There is nothing stopping me from getting the stack even higher, so I would not be able to do anything else in the game. So it cannot be constantly grinded. This is I think it's a pretty easy concept to imagine. Like, if there's something that you can grind 24/7, then that kind of defeats the purpose, because I want to be able to do something else. Then, to fit the UIM, it needs to be stackable or notable, so it only takes one inventory spot, and it needs to be tradable, so I can put it in a looting bag. Otherwise, it will stay in my inventory, and I need my inventory as clean as possible for bossing. And the fourth rule, it has to be useless, because if it's stuff like, I thought about giant seaweed, for example. If I got a gigantic stack of giant seaweed, then I would be tempted to use it for crafting training. Or if I ever wanted to do crafting training via giant seaweed, I couldn't without digging into my stack, so that killed it. And I've been thinking about an item like that for years, and my best guess was juniper charcoal, because that fits 3 out of those 4 rules. It's not tradable, so it would have to sit in my inventory, but it cannot be constantly grinded, because you just put the wood in that furnace and then you have to wait 16 hours, so it's perfect. Minimum work and a long wait time. So finally, I decided to put this puzzle in the UIM Discord, and people had a lot of great guesses, and to spice it up, I said that if someone finds a perfect item that it cannot be constantly grinded, that is stackable or notable, so it only takes 1 space, that it's tradable, and it's utterly useless, I will give them a bond. So they had a bunch of amazing guesses, and at the end, the CEO of GaySex himself, Trout Cooker, came and gave me the idea to get Calquats. So I paid him the bond, and I will do it. I will sacrifice one of my very precious inventory spaces. We will be collecting Calquats. This is just perfect, because Calquat fruit don't grow up on the tree constantly. You have to wait 40 minutes for a fruit to grow back, so that's 4 hours downtime where I can do anything, and then I just use my Maxscape to teleport here to Brimhaven, pick up the 6 fruit, note it, and then I can be on my merry way. It's notable because it's a farming product, it's tradable, and it's utterly useless. It's perfect, it's just perfect. So you're about to witness my descent into madness. Let's check health of this Calquat tree, and let's pick the fruit to start our Calquat fruit adventure.